Hello everybody, my name is Bloodbath169 and welcome to the 2022 personal update video. So, a lot of things have changed for this year. First of all, last year. Let's look into last year. As far as which videos last year were the most popular, let's see. I would honestly say that Roller Coaster Tycoon is still probably going to be our most popular video series as of 2022. Yeah, most definitely. And we did have a couple of tense moments because I basically flubbed doing the scenarios in 2022. But as 2022 did see the end of a couple of different series. Two of them will be dying and will not be continuing because of technical issues. As of the series that we will be continuing, I'll go over a brief list of the ones that I'll be doing this year. And of course, I always welcome suggestions. So if you guys have any suggestions, by all means, shoot me a message, send me a comment, whatever, and I will look into those games. But unless I get feedback, I'll just keep self-determining, which is weirdly what I do anyway. Yeah. So, returning series, the series that will be returning, Age of Mythology, and we actually will be finishing the original main campaign of Age of Mythology. Very, very fun game, and wrapping up the story of Arcantos and those heroes. Not the end of the story. There are, as I've shown in that, there's a secondary campaign that is, I think, a DLC, and it's Brock and his journey. But I have never played that at all, so that will be completely new, and I don't know if I'm going to do that one or if we're going to start immediately into the Titans update, the Titans expansion for that. So we'll just have to see about that. That's a decision for next year's Derek. Life is Strange. Pretty successful as a video, and I definitely enjoyed playing it. So this year we're going to kind of continue that series. There's plenty of other games, or a few other games in that series. And the one we're doing this year is actually going to be the prequel to the original Life is Strange, and that is Life is Strange Before the Storm. I thought I would be able to do it on the computer. No. What I ultimately decided was to do it on the Xbox because it handles the graphics better, and among other things, I got a sweet package deal getting Life is Strange 1 and 2, or Life is Strange 1, the original, and Before the Storm remastered. Got both of those, and those are currently queued up to install. And once I free the space of the games that I'm personally playing, right now I'm on Phoenix Point, which is a fun game, but not one I'll probably do for YouTube. But once I've got the hard drive space, we'll continue with that. I'll get Life is Strange Before the Storm recorded. Corkscrew Follies, our most successful series to date, actually finished the first, as of October 4th, I guess, the final episode of the final episode of Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic, the original game, dropped, and that's got 14 views as of the 17th of December, which is today. It's actually 10:30 p.m. because I'm a night crawler. I work second shift, and I typically don't get home until after midnight, if not closer to 6 a.m. So, more like third shift. It's like a third shift blend. It's weird work schedule. But anyway, moving on. We are going to be trading in one game, Fallout New Vegas. As fun as that game is, and as much as I love that game, And while I may return to the Fallout series eventually, um, I decided to give myself a break from the frustration, and I didn't want to just recycle the same crap. Uh, when I ported it on, when I was recording it on the PC, I ran into a lot of technical issues, and it was just not, it was staggering and eventually failing, and it created a lot of headache for me when I was trying to record and edit. So ultimately I decided to let that one fall by the wayside. Eventually we may pick it back up. If we do, we'll start with the first one I actually have for console or can get access to on console, and that is going to be Fallout 3 probably. I think I have the Game of the Year edition, and it's been a few years since I played it, so it'll be pretty new to me. And then after that we'll continue on with New Vegas and 4 and what have you. So Fallout New Vegas falling by the wayside. But we are picking up a different game that I've already finished recording as of today. As of this moment, it's already done recording, and that is going to be Kingdom Come Deliverance. And that's the closest thing I think I've ever found to a true medieval simulator. It has a lot of the history in with it. Hi, Luna. A lot of the history in with it, and there's a lot of lore that goes with it. It's based on actual historical events, so there's a big benefit there. Big Benny. You know what? You guys know I love history, and there's a lot of lore there to go into. And a very fascinating story. Very, very fascinating story. Apart from that, Assassin's Creed continues. We will be doing 2 games in the Assassin's Creed series this year. The first being Assassin's Creed 3, which is actually done recording, although there was a technical glitch toward the end, so I may have to redo the entire game just to get the ending again, because I don't think it recorded it properly. And I may be doing a different setup on the Xbox, so that way I'm not dealing with these issues all the time. If I set up Twitch correctly, I can basically do a stream, have it be recorded onto Twitch, and then that saves the game plus my audio, and that way we get both. Luna, get out of stuff. Come on. Love cats, but they can be really little gremlins sometimes. And she's walking around in my bookcase. But yes. Other than that, let's see, moving on. We will be losing another game. The other game we'll be losing is Ark Survival Evolved. When I got on to start recording this year, my save had been corrupted. So with everything we've done was lost completely. And rather than start all the way over again, as much as it would have been easier because I know how to do everything again, probably one we're going to let fall by the wayside, at least for now. At least for now, we'll let it fall by the wayside. If we get a group of people, if I can find a group of people that all want to play that together, maybe it'll be easier. But as it stands, with just one of me, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort to start all the way over when it's not needed. So Ark falls by the wayside, which is a shame because it was actually picking up in popularity a little bit. But with that being said, we'll be replacing Ark with another survival game. One you guys may have heard of. It's called Subnautica. It's done I'm done recording it as of today, and amazing game, amazing audio, amazing story. We're not done with it. I did not finish it in 10 episodes, so we still have quite a bit to do. And as a matter of fact, I don't think we've really even left we've left the starting area, obviously, but I don't think we really started going deeper, really. So that'll be something for next year. But a lot of progress on Subnautica, and loving that game. Loving it. Next game that'll be continuing will be Fable. Fable is a series with 3 games in it. Actually, I think there's another one, but I don't have a Kinect, so I can't be doing the last one. I think it's Fable Journeys, and I've never played it, have no desire to get a Kinect to play it. So, the next one in that series is Fable 2, another fabulously good game, with another amazing story that I love to death, and I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. We'll also be continuing The Sims 3, which I just finished recording this morning. as a matter of fact. So a lot of different things there, and I think it's part 8. We're actually transitioning from the original Sims 3 to Sims 3 World Adventures, which was the very first expansion pack, which it's going great. I love it. There's a lot of new stuff, a lot of new adventures to be found. And of course the Flargalarg family continues, with the finale having a expected but tragic ending in a lot of ways, or event anyway. We'll also be picking up a new game that's actually done. It's a new series, and that is a new game will be Banjo-Kazooie. New series, rather. There's 3 games in that series, and I grew up playing. That was one of the very first. That was the first console game I ever played. I played it on my neighbor's N64, along with Mario Kart 64, which awesome game, but very limited as far as any kind of content. Great to play with other people though. Rainbow Road's a lot of fun, but my Wii's long gone, and that's the only system I had that would have had that on it. So that console was never mine to begin with, actually. Although I do still have the balance board somewhere. My brother probably doesn't know about that. Anyway, Banjo-Kazooie, great game. Love the game. A lot of hilarious stuff to be found in there. And of course that'll continue next year with Banjo and Tooie. This one, Banjo-Kazooie, covers the first game. Amazing game. Of course we have Assassin's Creed 3. I already covered that. The next game, the final game for this year will be second to the last game I should say, will be Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Fun game. Love it. Have not started recording it yet. So we'll see about Assassin's Creed 4. It's been a long time since I played it, but it's going to kind of wrap into this whole theme we got going this year, which is a pirate kind of theme. We introduced naval combat in Assassin's Creed 3, of course, and our final game, which is changing up the whole dynamic or the whole schedule for this year, and has so far caused me a major headache, and that is Sea of Thieves. 2 episodes as of right now. The first episode dropped last past on the 15th, and it has actually blown past every other video I've ever made in popularity. And I've already gotten my first snarky comment too, so that's fun. But like, well, that's part of the game. Yes, I know that's part of the game, but that doesn't mean I have to enjoy that part of the game. But yes, Sea of Thieves, amazing game. Love the game. And I have a lot of fun playing it. But that game will actually be releasing every Wednesday. Episodes of that will drop every Wednesday, so there will be 52 episodes of that game by the end of 2023, plus the 2 that have already dropped for 2022, because I had a hole in the recording schedule, and there it is. So that's the games that we're doing this year. Apart from that, we have my own personal update. Personally, going fine. As of the 2022 update video, I was still seeking a job. Well, on January 17th of 2022, I finally was able to get a job, and I have not been struggling financially ever since then. Enough that I was able to actually purchase a license for Bandicam, and that way I can actually record more than 10-minute blocks on the computer. The next step is I've got a couple of repairs to make on my truck, or take it in for a couple of things, and then I've got to take my mowers in, or my mower and my mowing equipment in for service, for the winterizing service. But apart from that, we have before us, or I have, been working at this job for almost a year, and overall I love it. I've already been promoted. I put in my 6 months in hell, basically, doing warehouse picking, and I was recently in September, I believe, I was promoted to replenishment, so now I run a forklift. I still pick, I do dock work, I do everything there, and I was just recently turned down for a position that my rejection was actually for, I believe, for internal political reasons, but that's neither here nor there. And I'm not so entitled that I feel like I deserve the position, but the reasoning does not track. So I'm not gonna quit the job or anything like that. I love my work. Don't always love the people I work with, but that's just, it is what it is. But that job, in combination with my business, is seeing me flourish in a very big way. And of course, this gives me, doing YouTube, of course, gives me another outlet. Gives me something else to do, because as anybody who works with me can attest, I hate sitting idle. Most of the recordings are done, most of the time if I record, I'm recording before work or after work, or in this case, I've been editing and recording on my weekend. So I do not really take days off. I take breaks from that job, and then I go do another job. And I still take my personal time. I take my time to make sure that I'm okay mentally and physically. I've actually got to get in and get, I need my eyes redone, my prescription redone. I also have a couple of pretty concerning health items that are coming up. A couple of lumps. I have a big lump right here, about the size of a golf ball. So that's not good, but I'm not going to panic about what it may or may not be until I know more. So, apart from that, personally going very well. My friend got her moved out, got her own apartment. So, and we'll see where things go from there. But apart from that, we have before us 2023, and hopefully 2023 sees some major changes, both with the channel. If the first Sea of Thieves episode is anything to go by, it might take off. You never know. Only time will be the big determination on that. Business-wise, I did lose my biggest contract. I had to give it up. I mean, my health was starting to majorly take a turn for the worse. I had to give it up, and the 20-something thousand a year that I meant giving up, that was a healthy bite. That hurt. But as the Princess Bride teaches us, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So I could make all the money in the world, but if I'm dead, I can't benefit from it. If I'm in the hospital or permanently crippled, I can't benefit from it. So I had to give that up, which was a nasty bite. But I still make enough with my business that it's able to do more than just break even with gas prices where they are. And that is taking a big chunk. Inflation in the U.S. is taking a big chunk out of my profits. Even with my job that I've held for almost probably the next year, it will probably still, I'll still probably end up paying in for taxes. But again, it is what it is, you know. So, apart from that, it's 1 week away from Christmas. So what I'll say to you guys is, as of the time of this video recording, on the 17th of December 2022. So with that being said, thank you for joining me for this update on the channel, on me. And thank you, everybody, for joining me, for supporting, and it means a lot. It means a lot to me. We are actually in double digits, actual double digits of people that I don't know for my subscribers. So we've got about half a classroom now, about 15 people, about half a classroom. So thank you, everybody who has supported and joined in, and For those of you who've been here since the start, thank you. For those of you who are just joining in, welcome. And this little experiment is one I'm enjoying. So, what I will say, guys, is thank you once again. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And a Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining for today's video. And I will see you guys in our next episode. See ya!